Welcome to Advanced Animation. In this course, you'll be technically challenged to create lifelike and emotional characters that have personality and style. You'll be asked to work on a conceptual level by interpreting an abstract phrase for each assignment and imaginatively translating that into character animation. First, we have some common ground to establish on our initial day of class. From the prerequisites to this course, you should be familiar with 2D as well as 3D animation. You should also have experienced some stop motion and mixed media techniques. You hopefully had some exposure to story making and visualization, and have practiced short subject animation methods. You should be exercised in the physical principles of making convincing animation with a variety of mediums. You should have a grasp of solid timing, weight, and locomotion using 2D drawn animation and 3D rigs with simple to articulated objects and characters. Well, this is where you should be ideally before we start this class. If you're feeling a bit anxious right about now, not to worry. The animation education you already have accumulated is probably more manifested in you than you realize. You may surprise yourself what you already know and can do. But these expected abilities will truly be nudged upward in this course and may shine anew. This class targets advanced animation learning. It will be a lot of work, but not unreasonable. Many students in the past have done well, and so can you. You will develop new competencies you will continue to enlarge. You will not only make your characters move and act convincingly, but will bring out their refinement and personality. You will be aiming for the most eloquent form of character animation that you can muster. You'll be working toward character acting and nuance. You'll be expected to study video reference and even record yourself acting out the motions before animating, and other ways to get the most believability and life into your characters. Your animations will be evaluated based on the effective use of principles: timing, staging, pose effectiveness, weight, anticipation, follow-through, etc., as well as advanced acting and artistic efforts. All will come together within each project. In this class, you may choose to work more rigorously on one aspect over another. For example, if you came up with a wonderful idea for a project and strove to represent it abstractly or artistically, but spent less time on character mechanics, you may still end up with a decent grade for the assignment, if the work still communicates well. Or, conversely, if you concentrated on the finesse of professionally fluid-looking character animation, but you put less effort or time into the idea or concept, you may also end up with a decent grade. Having both of these things within an assignment would certainly make your animation better. But in this class, assignments are compartmentalized with limited time. We will not be shooting for perfection, but will be attempting to learn the most we can. You will be granted a range of consideration to perform well. The grading rubric is balanced this way. Since there are many assignments given in this semester, you may not have the time for perfection. Moreover, you are expected to practice professional accountability by turning in your work in on time and when it's due. You'll have the chance to later improve any assignment for regrading, just as long as it was submitted on its original due date. In most of the assignments, you may choose what medium you'd like to use. It may be a technique that you are already comfortable and wish to develop further adeptness. If you choose CGI for a project, you will be allowed to use educational pre-rigged characters. For 2D flat work, graphics, or stop motion, you will be encouraged to keep characters and elements simple. You may choose to vary your use of mediums to improve your fluency across different platforms. This course is structured to allow the ability to succeed with any kind of tool. There is no bias for or against any medium in this class. As an academic mentor, I do encourage you to explore different mediums once in a while. For example, if you did the last 3 projects in 2D, try one in 3D or even stop motion. Why? Because technique diversity and well-roundedness may come in handy down the road. Later, in the working world, you may be asked to match the look of a new project or asked to quickly flex to a new style, software, or medium you are not as accustomed. In other words, flexibility can mean job security. Perhaps you may feel out of your comfort zone sometimes, but you may stumble on something new at the same time that might make your animations stand out. A bit more about those assignment phrases. For each assignment, you will be given just a phrase or a word, like futility. You will interpret it into a meaningful short animation. Except for the last few assignments, most of the animations in this class need only be about 15 seconds. I'll show you past student examples when appropriate, but this is only to exhibit what's been done before. It can be helpful to see what other students do with the same assignment in a similar time span, but your ideas should be unique. Assignments are due generally 2 weeks after they're announced, so the turnaround is brisk. You will develop a proficiency of condensing ideas to be represented in compelling snapshots of time using high quality over raw quantity of animation. You will need to be artistically efficient in your representations. You will not be making animated short stories nor developing narratives in this class. There are other animation classes dedicated to story, storyboard, script, and character development. In advanced animation, you won't have the ample pre-production time for these things, and it's not the focus of this class. Rather, this class is about intensifying your advanced animation proficiencies. The formative, conceptual, creative, and technical aptitudes it takes to make high-quality character animation. These strengths are more than likely what you'll need before you begin your capstone courses. You must acquire these proficiencies here so you're not overwhelmed later or unable to complete your most senior portfolio work. You need these muscles well developed before you face your toughest courses to come. In advanced animation, you will broaden your capacity to portray a much larger reality by using these abilities economically.
Because they think it hurts a little bit too much.
It will be a class that is more rewarding and fun the more you put into it, with lots of potential for humor as well as poetic and artistic expression. You will enjoy sharing your efforts with your classmates. Whatever the case, you may stumble on something very special that you include in your ever-growing animation repertoire during this labor of love.